Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session. And hope you are practicing the Python programming the way I have instructed you all to do. Friends, if you wish to learn Python programming, you need to type. You need to type the code on a daily basis. No matter how many hours of video you watch, you will not be able to write the programming. You will not be able to code if you're not practicing. It is like swimming, simply put. So please do not discount and please ensure that you do your homework, you do your programming part. Okay, having said that, please go to mind map. And if you do a drop down here, you'll find Python programming fundamentals in which you'll understand about the various things we have done. Okay, we have done far, a lot of things basically. And when it comes to variables, we discussed about what are variables, what are local variables, global variables, special characters, etc. We spoke about type of operators, including arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment operators, logical, identity, membership, bitwise operators, etc. Then we have spent some time understanding data types in Python. We discussed about numeric data types, non-numeric, sequential, Boolean, etc. We spoke about conditional statements and we practiced a lot of examples pertaining to if statements, if else statements, if else, if statements, nested if statements. Okay, and then we have also discussed about loops. We spoke about finite loops, which are nothing but for loops. We have discussed about infinite loops, which is while loops. Then we discussed about break, pass, functions. Then we got into, something called as functions, wherein we discussed about built-in functions. We discussed about custom defined functions. You can name a few functions or you can use nameless functions, which are lambda functions. And then we have discussed about the type of arguments that exist. Then we spoke about exceptional handling. That is how do you handle errors? In that we spoke about try method, except, built-in exceptions. Then we have gotten into libraries, in which, we have to talk about a bunch of libraries. But before we get into the libraries, okay, we at a high level understand what libraries mean. But even before we get into that, we have spoken about classes, objects. Okay, within a class, you can define a lot of functions. Okay, this is also something that we have spoken about. We discussed yesterday about inheritance. How do you inherit the properties of different other classes? For example, if you say class B of A, whatever functions or modules or methods that you have defined here would automatically be part of B. And when you say name underscore B dot product of one, though product one is not part of your, class B. In class B, you don't have product one, and B you're storing in name underscore B. When you say name underscore B dot product of one, it would still go to class A because you're inheriting the properties of class A into B. Then we have also discussed about polymorphism in the previous session. And we have spent some time talking about multi-threading. Even if you do not have multiple processors, how do we make use of a single processor, but multiple threads in that? And how do you improve the performance is what we discussed. Then we have spent some time understanding the modules or packages or libraries. which exists in Python. And we have also discussed until calendar. Now, we are going to talk about how to create our own module. Okay. And you have all of these things. Okay, lines of code. All I've done is I've copied these lines of code. I have placed these in a specific text file. And then I've removed the hash functions. I just removed the hash. And then I saved this. I named this as find_area.py. That is how we have named it. Then here we go. All I've done is I've gone here and rather than mounting my own drive, I've just clicked on the upload here function, upload option, and I selected this find area and clicked on open, and it gets loaded here. If you copy the path and then if you were to paste it, you'd get the same path. Of course, I need to place it in either single quotes or double quotes. And jump back. Then I would run this. This would say import sys. Sys is a module or a library or a package within Python. And when you say sys.path.append, it's taking this specific path and appending that. And if you say sys.path, just if you say sys.path, it gives you all the various paths, root path, content path, you can go to environment Python. These are all the various file locations, okay, on Google Colab. And also to these paths, you're adding your own path. And then within this particular name called find area, find_area.py, you're writing multiple functions which are user defined. You can say height. And then it's always a best practice to segregate all of these with a star. Just use a star. And then I'm going to load this basically now that it has a few best practices. So let me click on this. Let me load the file. Okay, and the file got loaded here. Hopefully this is the same file. Let me once again try. I just double clicked on that and it has loaded. Okay, now if I were to run this line, jump down, this file path got appended. And when you go to path, out of all the paths here, you run it multiple times, so it's appearing multiple times. That's fine. Let me close this now and zoom it. If you say now import find area, this particular file find area, which is being treated as a library, is being imported. Library or a module or a package, it's being treated as one of those, and then you have it here. And you're loading that using an abbreviation or a shortcut as F. You can also say import find area, but then whatever are the functions within that or the methods, like you have a method which is calculate_area_square, which is part of find area. So if you don't load is as F, then you have to give the complete name. You have to say find_area, go to that, within that dot, use this particular function, calculate area_square. Rather than, take this pain of typing the name of the module each time completely, you are loading that using an abbreviation, which is as F. And then when you say f dot this, f dot calculate underscore area underscore square of 5. So you're saying length equal to 5, right? Of 5 means. And you're storing that in another object called area. But what this actually does is when you call this particular function, you say return length into length. So whatever you give here, say you're giving 5, what should it do? 5 into 5. That is exactly what it is supposed to do. And 5 into 5 is 25. You're storing it here. When you say print, what is there in this? It would spill out the results that it is 25. Okay, now you can also calculate the area of the triangle. Okay, and how do you do that? Let me once again, I think I closed it accidentally. Let me open that. And now, if you say f dot calculate area of the triangle, it goes to this function. And you're saying 5, 11. 5 is the length and 11 is the height. And what should it calculate? Half into length is 5 into height is 11. When you do that, you get 55 by 2, which is nothing but 27.5. You're storing the results in area and you're saying print whatever is there in that. And it is giving you result as 27.5. Then that's how you import your own user-defined module or a package. And you can import that and start using the functions within that. So you can come up with modules or packages which are very, very specific for your need, for your work, for your project. That will save immense time. Okay, so yeah, you can generalize it. Okay, next. You can import either a complete package or a library or a module by using this. Import space math. So the complete module gets imported. When complete module gets imported, it will have multiple functions. It will have multiple functions within that. Okay, it will have a lot of functions. So it would obviously consume a lot of space, a lot of memory. If you feel that I do not want to import the complete folder, or I don't want to import the complete package or module, instead, I want to import only specific modules or sub-packages within that. Then you say that from this particular library or package or module called math, I just want to import this cos function. I just want to import this cosine. You can also do that. Or another way of importing is import math.cosine. Okay, this is another way of, if you have that cosine, right? It says no module found, so probably I can ignore this for now. And you can also say import math as an abbreviated format so that moving forward, if you want to use anything from that, you just use that abbreviation. Next. Folders versus packages. If you say import star, star is a wildcard. That means everything which is available would get imported. For instance, either you type import math, which would import the complete library or module or package. All mean the same, so I'm repeating those words. those terms. Right? Or you say from math import star. Both of these do exactly the same thing. Okay, so either say import math or say import from math import star. Both of these would do exactly the same thing. Next. You have a function called all. How does it work for dictionaries? So it would return true when all the entries, not just both, let me change this to all. When all the entries are true, even if a single entry is false, it would return false. So you're saying 0 is for false, 1 is also false. When you say print all which is available in S, only if everything is true, it would return true. Even if one entry is false, it would return false. So when you say this, it's returning false. 1 is true, 2 is also true. Okay. This is like a dictionary, right? And then you have a key value pair. 1, it has a value true, 2 is a key which has a value true. When you say print, it gives you these results. Then when you say 1 is true, false is 0, either way. And when you print this, only if both are true, you get the results. Otherwise, it will say false. And when you print that, that also gives you false. This is this all function, which works for dictionaries. Now we have a very interesting topic called as regular expressions. RE stands for regular expressions. You just say import RE. So you are kind of importing the regular expression here. And how does it actually work? Right? There are a bunch of things, but then I'll show you on how this works by taking a few examples. Say you have this string which says the rain in Hyderabad. Using assignment operator, you will assign it to an object called txt. Now, when you say go to regular expression, use the inbuilt function search and search this in your text. Search for this in your text. How does it work? And if you find X, then say print yes, we found the match. If you do not find it, you go to else and print there is no match. So let us see how it works. We'll take the rain in Hyderabad. And there is something called as Regex 101. Let me go there. Regular expression 101. And just open that. In the test string, put your string, whatever you want to use. And I'm going to go to this specific stuff out there, and then I'll search. So what is it doing here? This symbol, which is called as caret, it asserts position at start of the line. Okay, asserts position at start, escape key basically. It just goes to the start of the line. Okay, start of the line is what it will do. Next, you have the. Okay. So you're trying to find the exact match. THE. It is case sensitive, remember. T is in uppercase, H is in lowercase, E is in lowercase. So it's trying to match the exact character. So the gets selected. Dot. What does dot mean? It matches any character except for line terminators. line terminator is that new line. If you put a new line character, it would not continue searching. Otherwise, it will match any character. Star matches the previous token between 0 and unlimited times. Okay, it matches the tokens, all the tokens basically. How many ever tokens you have, those many. It's going to match and it's going to find out those. And then you have Hyderabad, so it will find the exact match. And then you have a $sign, which asserts position at the end of the line. So it's saying that we reach now the end of the line. So this defines start, beginning of the line, and this defines the ending of the line. All you're doing is find the exact match Hyderabad, and then this dot and star says that try to find all the tokens between 0 and unlimited times. That means here you have star, right? So from beginning of this until the beginning of Hyderabad, you try to match everything. Okay, because you're saying match any character. Dot means match any character, whether you have a number within this or whether you have a special character within that, doesn't matter, match everything. Okay, so that would continue. And then it will print the values. If I were to go to this and click on this, so it is matching everything here, the rain in Hyderabad, and then you get the results. It says print yes. Okay. If you don't have this, still it matches everything. Okay, so that's how it works. Now we will understand in further detail. Within regular expression, you have an inbuilt function called search. We also have an inbuilt function called find all. Find all places where you have AI in the text. What is the text? The rain in Hyderabad. Within this, find all the places where we have AI. Where do you have AI? Only in this one place, AI within rain. So it will store that in X, and when you say print X, it would print the values out here. Next. I mean, you need not always import the library. If you have imported the library once, that would do the trick. Here you are creating an object or a variable called name age. And within that, you're mentioning these things. Either you put the text in a single quote or double quotes or triple quotes. Doesn't matter, it's gonna work. Okay. So what are we typing here? Sharath is 25 and Pawan is 28 and Kalim is 35 and Galesh is 16 and Rahul is a big number. Okay. So here you're saying that find all the raw format. R means in the raw format, whatever is given, find in that. Digits, this stands for D, digits. D is for digits, and this symbol, which is a backward slash, it means special sequence. When you say /D, it will return you the string which contains numbers. And you're saying, I want only 3 numbers. Okay. I want maximum of 3 numbers. In what? In this name age. Okay, in this name age, if you find any numbers, take them and store it in age. Then here you're saying go to regular expression And let us make use of inbuilt function called find all in the raw format. And when you say A to Z to this and a star, basically, what does star do? When you have 0 or more occurrences, it's going to find those. Now let me copy this and go to Regex and then use this. Okay, so what it does is, wherever you have 1, 2, 3, maximum 3 numbers, it's gonna match those. If you see here, it has matched 3, 3, and then remaining 2. Here all you have 2. Minimum can be anything, but maximum is 3. Maximum 3 numbers is what it's going to find out. Okay, so in this name age, you're trying to find out those digits. R is in the raw format. That is what it means. Okay, now if I were to use this, what does it do? Okay, let me put on. Find all the alphabets which appear from A to Z, all the characters, or small a to Z. You want to find those. Okay. And then when you have star, it matches the previous token between 0 and unlimited times, meaning from the start until the end, it will find the different values. If you don't put a star, look at what it is doing. Uppercase and lowercase. One uppercase and one lowercase. That's how it's trying to find. And then it's stopping, it's continuing there. Only if you have an uppercase and a lowercase, it will find. But the moment you put star, you're saying you want to match everything until the end, unlimited times. So if I were to just put a star over there, just continue. So it finds the previous token. So this is what? Here you want to find the uppercase, followed by lowercase. And after lowercase, A to Z, you're putting a star. That means it matches the previous token is the lowercase token. Between this index number 0 to unlimited times, until wherever it is, it will continue. Why Z is not captured? Because it's not starting with an uppercase. It only has lowercase. It doesn't identify. It won't select those. And also, it's not starting with an uppercase. Wherever it starts with an uppercase and follows with the lowercase, because of star, it will select entire thing. Because the star matches the previous token. The previous token is lowercase a. So all the lower cases will be identified until unlimited times. Okay. Then you are creating age dictionary. This is an empty dictionary which it is creating. And you have x equal to 0. Okay, you are initiating this. And you're saying for each name in names, here you will find all the names, right? So for each name in the names, so for example, in this names, and I've already shown here, the first name which would be selected is Sharath. So for each name in names, first name is Sharath. So you'll have Sharath in this each name. So saying age dictionary of this is equal to age of X. Age dix, it's a dictionary name. Within flower brackets, where whatever you have would be a key value pair. You'll have a key and a value. So the key is Sharad. To that, you want to assign a value, which is age. And within age, all these numbers got selected. So 25. Then you say x equal to x plus 1. Earlier x was 0, so it will become 0 plus 1. Now it will become x equal to 1. Okay, then again it will go here. For each name in names, the next name would be Pawan. So age dictionary of each name is Pawan, next name, equal to age of, now x equal to 1. So this is age equal to 0, this is age equal to 1, age equal to 2, age equal to 3, age equal to 4. Only these three numbers would get selected because that's what we are saying. We want to select those. Okay. So now what happens? X equal to 1 would refer to 28. So 28 is mapped with the name Pawan. And it's getting stored in this dictionary. In dictionary, always you'll have key value pair. Key colon value. Key and value pair would come out. Next, again, it will go to the for loop. For each name in names, it will go to the third name now. Third name is Kaleem. We'll go to this name. And then it says age dictionary of Kaleem, equal to age of X. Now this X got incremented again. So if you remember, after taking Pawan and assigning 28, this X equal to X plus 1. So previously X was 1. So it becomes 1 plus 1. So now the X value gets incremented to 2. So you take 35 and store it. So Kaleem is assigned with 35. And again increment this X. X equal to X plus 1. So X is 2 now. You get 2 plus 1. So now the X value gets incremented to 3. And X of 3 is 16. So anyways, X is incremented now. Now it will go to for each name in names. Now the next name is Ganesh. Within this, you'll have all the names. Within this, you'll have all the ages. So you got to Ganesh now. So age dictionary of Ganesh equal to age of X. X equal to 3 now. 3 is this. Done. Again, increment the X value. X equal to X plus 1. X value is 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Now the X value got incremented to 4. Okay. Since X value got incremented to 4, this 4 contains only 6, 8, 4. Okay. But anyways, X is 4 now. Now go back to the for loop for age name in names. This time the name is Rahul. This is the name. And then you're saying age dictionary, which is a dictionary in which you need to have key value pairs. Age dictionary of each name, it will take Rahul is equal to age of 4. 4 contains these 3 elements, 6, 8, 4. Then it will go here, but then there are no names, so it will end the loop, and then it will come out of the loop and print the values. Sharath 25, Pawan this, Rahul this. That's how it prints. Okay. Here, when you say age, all these numbers will go and reside in the age. You just experiment by just saying, let me print the ages. Print age and print names. If I were to now run it, I think it will give you more information. Okay, and if I were to just copy this particular string, put that in regex. Okay. And then if I do this, okay, it will select all the numbers which are of length 3. All those are selected here, 25, 28, 35, 16. In this number also, what it has done is 1, 2, 3. So it will highlight this part, and this part. Because after 3 and 3, whatever is left out is only 2, that's fine. Maximum is 3. Minimum can be 1 digit or 2 digits, or it could be 3 digits. Then when you run this means you are using the regex expression, this, and you're trying to select those words which start with an uppercase and continue with lowercase. The star means all the lower case characters would come up. And then you're storing it in names. And when you print names and age, you'll see these values. Right? And then you're initiating a dictionary here. What are you doing as part of that dictionary? You're creating an empty dictionary here. And when you say x equal to 0, you're just initializing in that way. And then you're writing a for loop. You're saying for each name in names. And you know that when you printed names, you have all of these names for each name. So it will go to the first name, which is Sharath. We'll go to age dictionary. It will select your name as Sharath. And you're assigning a value to that, which is age. Age of x equal to 0. So index number 0 is this, 25. Right? So that gets recorded in this age gen. And when you print that, this gets printed, Sharath 25. Then you're also incrementing the x value. And this is written as x equal to x plus 1. Initially, x is 0. So 0 plus 1 would be 1. So x equal to 1, it gets incremented and then goes back to the for loop. For each name in names, and names contains all of these names. So for each name would go to the next name, Pawan. By the way, these names can be anything. Each name you can give any name of your choice. You can also say for I, and then here also you need to put I. It's that simple. You can give anything. Doesn't matter. I can quickly show you that and then show the remaining explanation. I can put I and then I can put an I there. It doesn't matter. It would give the same results out. Okay, you just gave a logical name over there instead of I, but otherwise you can give any name of your choice. Okay, next, what are we doing here? So for I in names, it will go to the second name, Pawan. And for each dictionary of Pawan, because I is now Pawan, you need to assign a value, age of x equal to 1. 1 is this. Okay, so why is that so? Because you are trying to print out this, which is a dictionary, and dictionary expects a key value pair to be printed. And when you print that, it says Pawan 28. The next value gets incremented. This time x equal to x plus 1. So x is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So this time x will be 2. Okay. And then you again go back to the for loop for I in names. This time it picks up the third name, Kalim, and age dictionary of I, which is Kalim. You assign a value of age and x equal to 2. Here. So age of 2 would be this. Okay, so Kalim 35 gets printed, gets stored in this, and you want to print that. Then again, you want to increment the x value, x equal to x plus 1, and it's 2 plus 1, 3. X value will now become 3. Again, for IN names, it goes to the next name, Ganesh. And for Ganesh, you need to assign the age pertaining to index number 3, which is 16. And then it gets stored in age and it gets printed out here. Then again, for IN numbers, IN names, it will go to the next name, which is Rahul. And age dictionary of Rahul, you assign the age pertaining to the incremented value x equal to 4. Age of 4, which is so much. And then that gets printed. Then it would come out of the for loop because all the names are exhausted. For IN names, all these names got exhausted. So you come out of the loop and then you print the values out there. This is how you work on your regex. Next, if you have a string or a text which says the rain in Hyderabad, and if you use this regex inbuilt function, which is split, it says split this specific sentence. How do I split it? Wherever I have a space, white space character, wherever we have that, you're saying split the text. Text contains this. Wherever you have a split space, split that. And then store the results in X. And when you print the values, you get this. Because after the, you have a space. After rain, you have a space. After in, you have a space. And then after Hyderabad, of course, you do not have a space, but that's the last word. You need not always import regular expression, friends. Once you import, that's good enough. Until and unless you restart your Google Colab or any of your IDEs. Okay, until unless you restart, you need not worry about running that once again. Okay. So here we are writing a string 12, 89. You just wrote some values. And then here we are saying we want to capture a pattern which is plus. D stands for digits. When you have plus, one or more occurrences of that would get captured. If you use a star, 0 or more occurrences would get captured. So star, we have already seen that. Let me now copy this specific string. Okay, and then you take this and so it first finds the first alphabet and then it continues finding that. So plus matches the previous token between 1 and unlimited times, not 0 and unlimited times as in star, but 1 and unlimited times, right? It would, if it appears at least 1 or unlimited times, it's going to capture the pattern. So 12 and 89 gets selected here. And what would happen if you were to use a star here? Look at what has happened. 0 or more occurrences. If you have a blank space, okay, then there will be 0 occurrences, but those are also getting selected here. Look at that, all the null values. So it doesn't make sense. Better use a plus sign. On similar lines, for this also, I can show you on what happens. Okay, if I were to take this string, and then if we use this A to Z and that, instead of star, if we use a plus sign, what happens? Okay, and if you use a star, what happens? There's no difference as such. Okay, But then if I change this to all A to Z and put a star, look at what it's doing. It's also selecting the spaces, blank spaces. Okay. Hence, we need to be a little cautious on what we do. We can always experiment on Regex 101 before you actually implement that in your programming. So here we have a string, we have a specific pattern, and you're saying split the regular expression. What do I split? You split the string, and string contains 12, 90, 12 and 89. You want to split that whenever you see a pattern. What is a pattern? If you see digits, continuous series of digits as well. When you see that split. So when you have continuous, digits, split it. So 12 will be one split. And then when you have 89, which has a continuous string, split that. And then print the result out there. So you have the result, which has these two, 12, 89, and then you also have a space out there or a dot after 89. So that also gets printed. So wherever you see series of digits, stop there and then split. That is the reason why you also see a dot out there. Here we have a regular expression. You have a phone number and you're typing hash. You're saying this is phone number. So let me copy this. Let me put it here. And for the regular expression, we are trying out something called as hash in this. Let me show you what it does. Okay. What it does is, after hash, when you have a dot, it matches any character except the new line character. It matches all the characters. And when you have a star, 0 or more occurrences of the previous token will take that. And it's going to select everything. Okay. That $sign means until the end of the line. Okay, you will have start and end of the line. If you have a $sign, that means end. And what is a beginning? This is a symbol for starts with something. You give whatever you want to begin that with. Dollar means it will stop. That means it ends with that. So if I were to go to this and you're saying, find all of these and replace all of those with a space, with nothing basically. Okay, and you're saying phone. That means you want to take phone. Phone contains all of that. And then on that, you want to find the raw data which satisfies this. And then you want to replace it with nothing. I mean, you want to just remove that in some sense. And then you're saying print. Phone number is whatever you have in the print function exactly gets printed here. And then you're saying NUM. So this NUM contains this component. You print that. And then you remove anything other than digits. This uppercase D says that return a match that does not contain a digit. Okay, so let's go here. Let's use this. Uppercase D. So match anything which is not a digit, right? If you want to use this, you just use a caret symbol. Okay, sorry, caret symbol defines the start. My bad. Okay, let's use this one. That's how it does. So whichever are not the numbers would get selected. So you can as well do this. Instead of this, you can say whichever are not numbers from 0 to 9, select those. This is also another way of, selecting the numbers. I mean, you can just play around. This is another way of not selecting the numbers. You can just play around and see what happens. And then you're saying, do this. Find whichever are not numbers and then replace it with a blank space, okay, in this phone. Then print the phone number, which happens to be the number. Okay, so what happens here is select everything which are not numbers. In the due course, the special characters also get selected, and then you're going to replace them with nothing. Okay, not even a space. You just remove them. And if you were to run that, you get to see the results. In that way, there are quite a few examples. So let's look at this. You need not each time import regular expression. I'm just repeating that. Regular expression dot find all. What do you want to find? Name. Find all the occurrences of name in this specific string which says my name is Sharath and what is your name. Here, if you observe, name is appearing twice. So it will find all the occurrences of name in this string and it will save in this. And for name in all name would contain what now? So let me do one thing. Let me print another statement, or let me print and show you what all is contained in this. So this all name contains name here and here. That is what you get. For name in all name means if you go to the first element, you're saying print the name. And then for name in all name, the second name is this, print that. This is exactly how it works. Then import regular expression. You say, my name is Sharath, what is your name? You can also write a loop and you're saying, find iteration, the name in this all name. Okay, so what it does is, it is going to return a tuple, not a list, but a tuple, which contains the starting position and the end position of the match. So it will go here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. This name, this has an index location span. It spans across these many characters. So this will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So obviously, when you look at this, one number extra would get printed. So 3, 7 means 3, 4, 5, 6. In Python, the last number is ignored. So that gets saved here and that gets printed. Then again, you go to the for loop. Wherever you find this number, you iterate it. So again, you iterate. Here you find the number name. In all name, you find this name. So you say I dot span. So then you continue doing that, and this would be index number 35, 36, 37, 38, and of course one number extra. So if it says 35, 39, 35, 36, 37, and 38 gets printed, the last number gets ignored. Okay, so all those index location details, the start and the end positions get stored here. And then when you say print, it would print out the results. When it goes to the for loop again, it doesn't find name anywhere else. So it will exit the loop. And then find the match pattern. right? So here, once again, we are importing regular expression, which is not needed. You need not each time import the match pattern. Okay, so what are we doing here now? We are trying to create an object or a variable which has all of these. And then you use this regular expression, find all. And then you're saying find all A to M, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Until here. And if you have any of these uppercase followed by the lowercase am in this names, find those and store them in all names. And for each of those all names, keep printing. So if I were to just print all names, you get to see what would be there in all names. Okay, and in all names, since you're printing the results out here, it says that AAM is there because A is part of that, and AM, it follows AM. So it would say next B, which is uppercase, it's there in this. Is it followed by AM? Yes, so use that. Then you have S. Do you have S in this? No, we do not. So Sam would not get printed. Do you have R in this? We do not have, so that won't get printed. Do we have M? Oh, yes, we have. And followed by AM. So that gets into the list. Then you have J, which is there, followed by AM. So that gets printed. If you do you have F here? Yes, we have F. But does F follow? Is it followed by AM? No, it is not followed by AM. AM. So this doesn't get printed. Remaining 4 would get stored in this object or variable called all names. And when you say print all names, you see all the names out here. For I in all names, you print those. For I in all names, you go to this, it will print the value. It will, for I in all names, it will go to the second index value to print the results here. For I in all names, it will go to the third value to print the value out there. And then it will go to the fourth value, and then it will print the fourth value as well. All right. So we have experienced a lot of regular expression queries and the way to extract, etc. And we will stop here. Tomorrow when we connect, we will take this discussion further and we will talk about more things. Once again, friends, I humbly request you to please share this information with all of your friends, relatives, known associates, and please ask them to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There will be tremendous and amazing learning out there. Okay, so please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also on LinkedIn, we have posted questions. Please answer those questions by answering on the comment section. And please follow our page so that you are notified about many such things. Once again, thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you all, friends.